Y'all asked for the turnip green soup recipe, and that is what I'm doing right now. So let's go get our turnips. First things first, I have here is some link sausage. Now what I'm going to do is cut this up. I need to go ahead and get it frying. So once I get my greens washed and over in my chicken broth and with my sausage, then I'm gonna add some onion powder and some salt over in the container at that time. First things first, I need to brown my sausage. So I have in my pot just some regular link sausage because that's what I had in the refrigerator. Now ground sausage will work or bacon will work. I'm gonna get this on and get this going, but I'm actually gonna be using onion powder. Once I get my sausage browned, I'm gonna put my chicken broth over in there, and then I will add onion powder in there, but I'll show you all those steps in just a minute. Now I've got my greens over, my turnip greens over in my sink. I do have 2 small roots that I'm gonna get washed up and cut up in there as well, but I need to get these washed, and I'm going to be taking this big stem that is right in the middle. I'm gonna be taking this big stem out, and then I'm gonna cut my greens up into small pieces. I'm adding butter in here to this. I'm gonna go ahead and turn that down on low. The really awesome thing about this recipe is you can't really mess it up. It's so versatile. You say, well, how much butter? How much ever you wanna add. I'm gonna add a pretty good bit to mine just to kind of get that sausage a little juicy down in there. Plus it adds so much goodness to the soup. I am also not measuring any of my greens. I just went out and picked them. When I add my chicken broth, I'm just gonna add enough chicken broth to cover it up. I'm gonna add my onion, enough in there to give it flavor. Same thing with the salt. Showing y'all how to make this. It's not, quote, step-by-step measuring recipe, if that's what you're looking for. But you really cannot mess this up. Even down to the meats. There's so many different meats that you can choose from to add. Really, the options are endless. It's such a great recipe. It always turns out amazing. And I think if you guys try it, you would really like it too. I conveniently have some chicken broth already done fresh from our butcher. So I'm about to get our chicken broth over in our fresh chicken broth over in our pan now. I'm about to add my extra seasoning, so I'm gonna add a touch of garlic powder, just a little bit. I'm gonna be generous with my onion, Himalayan salt, and pepper. And I'm just seasoning enough for taste. My eye is on medium high, and I want to let my soup right here, Libby's telling us about it. The greens need to cook out until they're tender. The greens are nice and tender, and now I'm gonna add about a cup of cream, and I'm gonna let this, it's on low, I'm gonna let this simmer for about 30 more minutes. nice flavor. Y'all saw me add just a little bit of regular shredded cheese to the top when I was done to my bowl. You can add Parmesan into the whole bowl when it's ready to serve. I don't have any Parmesan on hand, so I added regular shredded cheese on top in my single bowl, and it is just as good. The greens are really tender. This is probably one of my favorite soups of all time. Happy homesteading, y'all.